Hello and welcome to another Crafting Together with All Browns YouTube hop. This year, goodness me, this month, our theme is Shop Your Stash. So basically, we all have loads of stash, don't we? And we're always so always quite often sort of out for the latest thing. We buy stuff, don't always use it. So this challenge is to go back into your stash, find stuff that you've got and, use it. So I have quite a few, some of what I'd call my stash staples, like my inks and that. And then I've got a lot of old stamps and stencils, some very old gesso, imagination crafts. If you've sort of been around the craft industry for a while, you know they don't not around much anymore. Same, I've got a couple of pieces of imagination crafts decoupage, right, they're rice paper. They are the same, so I'm going to do the two pages the same. So that's been in my stash for a while. I have used a Chloe's Creative Posy flower, so cut and emboss folder. And I've got some flowers out, and I'll explain where the card for those came from in a sec. As my sort of main focus, I've got some bits from a Hunkydory kit. Now, I I use Hunkydory kits when I'm making cards, family, not all the time, but I do. But sometimes I find there's parts of the kits that I don't use because they're not appropriate for the people that I would make cards from. This one is Bright Beautiful Moments Deluxe Card Collection, and this was called Capture the Moment. And I think, if I recall rightly, the reason I got this one is because it had one of the images was a camera, and my niece is into photography, so that's probably why I bought this one. But this Paint a Life You Love is not something I'd necessarily put on a card for someone. So these are going to be my images, if you like, for my layout. All of this has come from there. I've got some odd bits of card left over, but I used some of the card. This pink is the card that was left over from this kit, and this green is also Hunkydory left over from another kit, which I don't even know what kit. It was just I have a box of bits of card, and I don't always use a whole sheet of card or both sheets of card that come sometimes with the kit, so they get put in a box. So that's all sort of old Hunkydory stuff. And what else have I got? So the stamp, I picked up a load of stamps. Again, these are very old. So I've got Sara signature. Is it Sara signature? Yes, a Flutterby collection. I know that's quite old because I remember demoing that. And I haven't demoed for quite a few years. This one from English Country Garden signature collection. I picked those out because I kind of want the script from that. Now, these were also crafted companions, and these are a long time ago. The textures collection, there's a load of stamps and a load of stencils, and I still have them because they're really useful. You see lots of what we call little worker stamps, lots of little stamps. So I've just picked out a few that I might not use all of them. This is textures, elements, splats and accessories set 1 and set 2. And then textures artist collection. This is splats and stains, walls and corners. I picked that one up because the thing looks a bit like a wall. And then journal jottings. So those are my stamps. And then I picked out this All and Create stencil. This is an old one as well, Cracked Walls 2. Then these ones are all old Imagination Crafts stencils. I don't even think these ones have names necessarily. Yeah, they might do, but I don't know what they are. CHEVRN, yeah. So anyway, so that's kind of where I'm going. Well, I said I've got everything out. That all of this has been in my stash for well, something like years and years. So I've chosen 4 colours of ink. I've got it out in Distress Ink and Oxide. I've gone for, to try and sort of tone with all of this, I've gone for Ground Espresso, Kitsch Flamingo, Shabby Shutters and Peeled Paint. And again, I might do a bit of stamping with them. I tend to, oxides, I tend to do stencils and sort of just general inking. And if I'm stamping, I tend to use the inks. I've got crayon, the same for in crayons. And then just in my little box. I love my vintage boxes. This one has got in, I don't do my VersaFine Clear on my perfect medium, but it's got in my stamping blocks. So we'll put that to that side. Those ready for when I am going to do my stamping. So I am going to start by putting some white gesso over the 2 pages, and I will get going on that, and then we'll see where we are at. I need to find my big bits of my big bits of my lower, but we'll find those. But before we go, remember to look in my description. I will list what I've got, but you know, it's something well, it's all so old that you probably can't get half of it anyway. But in my description will be the list of all the people who are going to be taking part this month in the Shop Your Stash challenge. So for those of you who've been here before, you know that on that what happens now is I get on and the video will speed up. If you're new, well, I'll just explain what will happen. But you know, I've given you the basic idea. I'm going to excuse me, I'm going to gesso this and then stick the thing. I just realised I've got this. This is the other thing I'm going to use today. I mean, that I don't even know. There might just about be enough to put on. There's so little left in here, but it'd be worth using it up to put my rice paper on to my paper once the gesso is dry. So there's that as well. Okay, right. So I'm going to get started, and we'll see where we end up.